This is part 2 of our bedside table video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, so this is the easiest way to make drawers. This is a technique that I saw online and it works pretty good. So what I did is I already put the sliders on it, and then I measure how many inches my space is. So because this goes to 15 and 15 inches wide, all I have to do is to take an extra inch. So because these are 2/2 an inch. Now all I have to do is to make a drawer that is 14 inches, and it should be alright. The only thing is that I need to know how deep I want it to go, and in this case it is going to be 14 inches deep, and it's gonna be 14 inches wide. This should be pretty easy, and I'll show you how to make the drawers. Alright, so I made the pieces to make this drawer. Also, this is the bottom of the drawer, and I make 2 pieces because of the second one. The second one I don't need to use the table saw. I'm just gonna use my miter saw to finish doing the cuts. Alright, so this is gonna be how good my technique is for drawers, and as you can see, I'm just gonna try to put one side at a time, and it works just fine. We have a drawer. All we have to do, like I mentioned before, is to put a face on it. I still have to put the top part right here, but keep in mind that this part is going to be a hidden compartment. Okay, so I do have the piece that I want to add here. This is the importance of having everything flush. You see right here, everything is flush and it's smooth to the edges. So this is what I was trying to explain earlier. I'm just gonna use a nails and nail this down, make a hole here, get a knob. This part right here, this is where we're gonna create our secret compartment. So let's get that done now. Alright, so I ended up using the table saw, to make the top drawer. It was fairly easy. To have the cuts, I use the same technique as the drawer that I made. I just had the same dimensions because it was the same size. So I'm just going to use the router again and route this part, and then make the drawer, and once that happens, I should be able just to slide it in. Alright, so I am done with the router right now, so all I have to do is to make sure that I do the pocket holes. These are 2 1x3s. This is gonna be super easy because I am going to slide it in. It just looks fine. This is going to be the front part of it, and I just need to make sure that it is square. And yeah, so this is gonna be the front door. I mean, like, it's not gonna be super shallow, but it's gonna have a lot of space. I'm gonna use the correct jig, make the holes, and then attach it together. And for this part, I am not going to add right here on the front. I'm not going to add a knob because, of course, this is a secret compartment. So for this part, I am not going to attach it right now. I am just gonna wait until I put the sliding mechanism, and then after that I'm gonna attach it because I want to make sure that this is flush with the bedside table. So for this part, I'm gonna use a clamp. I'm gonna clamp it up here because it's a little bit challenging to have it all straight, because this is supposed to be concealed. So I'm just gonna use this clamp, and this clamp should help me out to hold it. And now we're gonna place our drawer. Should have a little bit lower. Yep, there you go. And now we have the drawer, and this is where it's supposed to go. So we're going to trace where this is the part that this part goes on the side, and this one goes right over here. So now there I have an idea on how deep I want it. Now that I trace it, I know that this part is gonna go right over here. So I just have to make it straight, and it should be flush right here. So it should be just fine. Okay, so now that I trace it, it has been traced. Got it up here. All I have to do is to take this part and screw it down. And now that we have this piece, all we have to do is to do the same thing on the other side. Now that I have this part, all I have to do is to push it up here. It does look like it's flush. The best way to do this is by sliding this thing back on it. I have to slide it and make sure that it's secure, which it is now. Now you have an idea on how deep it needs to go. Let's do the other side. Now you can trace exactly where you want this piece to go. There you go. So now this is super straight right here. This should not be a problem. So what I will do to ensure that this part is the way that it should be, I am just going to use the pencil and route it right here. I'm gonna do the same right over here as well. The key is to have the metal part touch this part right here. To make it easier, I'm just gonna put it right here on the table, And this should definitely do it. Now we're gonna flip this and do the same. We're gonna slide this in. Slides just fine. And we're gonna put the front and since we have it right here, all we have to do is to screw it there. All right, this is it feels hard. It should feel this hard because it's supposed to be secret. So if you want to pull it up, it's gonna be pulled up from the top. Okay, so now I have the two pieces placed, and this is how it should look. There you go. It is nice and flush. One thing that I'm going to do is that I'm gonna use the router to give it some extra edge on this side, and also another thing that I'm going to do is that I'm gonna paint the whole thing, but I have to sand it first. So this is gonna be the top. I'm gonna use the router to give it an edge on the back, and then I'm gonna sand this. This is how it's supposed to look. I think this is a nice smooth finish, and it will bring a little bit of character to the front face of the drawer. Thank you so much for watching. This was part 2 of the bedside table video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps our channel to grow. And I'll see you next time for part 3.